Post, my husband 29 and I 26 met online 3 years ago. We got married last May. We've had a great relationship and our wedding day was the happiest day of my life. My husband is so good to me and he makes me feel so loved and appreciated. And I love him so much. But everything changed last Monday. I was at my sister-in-law's baby shower, and when they didn't know I was listening, my mother-in-law, sister-in-law, and my sister-in-law's best friend were in the kitchen talking about my husband and I. A friend said that she liked me a lot, and my sister-in-law said she was happy he let M go and settled with me, and that she never thought this would happen. I pretended I didn't hear them, but I knew M to be a close friend of my husband from college. He never mentioned that they were in a relationship. All I knew is that she moved to live in another city after graduation and that she couldn't attend her wedding. So since Monday, I've been pondering. I am happy with him, but I wanted to know why he never mentioned anything about M. So today I did what any sensible wife would do, and I waited for him to go to work and started snooping around on his iPad. He doesn't know that I know his code. I didn't even need to look for very long. There it was. Tens, maybe hundreds of texts between them over a period of years, before he met me and even after. From what I understood, he had asked her out many times and she has refused. Him telling her he would never have loved anyone like her, and she would stop him with a wink emoji that says, "I won't have you, but please do keep trying." One of M's texts right before we got married was about how she knew she would eventually end up with him. My husband texted back that he was getting married soon and that he was happy. She answered, "You can always get a divorce." And my husband sent a laughing out loud emoji and a wink emoji. She then texted, "If you chose between the two of us, who would you choose?" He answered, "You only want me when I'm not available." She answered, "Shut up, I know you still love me." He didn't answer. The last exchange between them was 3 weeks ago. She told him that she's moving back home and that she missed him and wondered if they could meet up. He said of course he wanted to meet. She asked him, "Wouldn't your wife mind?" He answered, "Why would she?" If she knew what I want to do to you, she would be worried actually. He, "Stop teasing, it won't work." I'm not teasing, the poor woman wouldn't stand a chance. "I called you, why didn't you pick up?" "We're having dinner, I will call you tomorrow." So that's all I could find. I haven't talked to him yet because I don't know how to approach the subject. I think there's definitely something between them, but I can't ask him because he would know that I went through his texts. I'm very hurt. I thought he loved me and that he was happy with me. I want to cry. I don't know what my next step should be. One moment I want to pretend I have no idea and wait for him to leave me. The next I want to run away and never come back. Now for the top of comments before reading the update. Send a screenshot with just this segment. You can always get a divorce, and my husband sent laughing out loud emoji and a wink emoji with a message that says you got your wish, laughing out loud and wink emoji. Seriously though, jokes aside, the fact that he hasn't even mentioned her to you makes me feel he won't ever be honest or loyal. The emojis killed me. What the F? What does it even mean? The problem is with women like her, I think he's interesting to her as long as he's married. The day he asks for a divorce, he's gonna lose both. Of course, and he's too stupid to know that. She likes having him on a hook to boost her ego. Your sister-in-law already knew this all along. Yup. Women can sense women who are like this a mile away. To try to tell men that, and some will just say that women never understand her. Women are always jealous of her, etc. Nope. Women just know a shady pick-me-up chick when they see one. Now for the updates. First update, I don't believe the amount of people that were interested in my story. So many replies and upvotes that the post got locked. I knew I could find support online because I just couldn't be the only one with an indecisive douche for a husband, and I was not wrong. Before I continue, I need to say that I never expect to be my SO's first love, and not even the last. I just expect to be the only one as long as he's chosen to be in my life, and I don't think that's too much to ask for. So please, people, with "he has lived before you" comments, don't purposefully misinterpret what I'm saying. As I said in my last post, I have been pondering all week and I just came to the conclusion that my situation is either bad or worse. Bad if my husband is innocent of cheating and is just liking the attention of the one that he was once tormented by. That would explain his aloofness and his very short replies. He wants her attention but nothing more. Worse, is that he's having an emotional affair and is either scared of trusting her fully, hence the vague text, or is just waiting for her to move back before making a move. Either situation isn't something I want to live with. Whatever anyone says about his text, I thought he showed little to no respect for me and no love at all. I want someone to love me even behind my back because it doesn't matter how much he shows me he loves me. It's what he doesn't show that matters. And please don't tell me they're friends. We are grown-ups. We don't put friends over spouses and family. It's not cool. So today I told him that I don't think it's working out for me and that I want a divorce. I thought about confrontation, but the outcome is the same, so why not save the drama? I don't care to know more details about them, or maybe I care too much. He was very shocked and asked me if there was someone else, and I said no. I have been thinking, and this is not where I want to be in my life right now. He wanted to know more. Is it a question about having kids? Is it our living situation? He was mad, then sad, and mad again, and left. He texted that he wanted to talk more when he got home. Maybe I'll regret not confronting him and hearing his side of the story, but something broke inside me when I saw how he was in his texts. I don't view him the same way now, and all I can think of now is to get out of this with my dignity intact. I can mourn what we had and cry later. Final update. I have read everything my husband written, and it's basically the same stuff he has been texting me since yesterday. He's embarrassing, actually. To see him call my feelings her crazy and putting women in leagues. I can't believe he still thinks this is fixable. He wants us to start counseling because we can't break up over something this stupid. He doesn't want to cut M out because it will only prove that he has feelings for her and must therefore block her to move on, when it's untrue and that he wasn't going to meet her alone, but be one of the people who will help her move. Yes, husband of Dr. M2. It doesn't mean he's smart though, because he isn't. I'm a chef, one of the things M and probably many others make sly remarks on. No, I haven't spoken to, or nor do I intend to speak to M, neither to tell her off, nor to tell her he's hers. I don't want anything to do with her. My problem is with my dear husband. I do think she's a pathetic, miserable, attention-seeking, home-wrecking hoe, but I will keep that to myself because my husband is the one who wronged me. If she and my husband end up together, it's only logical because he's also a pathetic, miserable, attention-seeking, home-wrecking hoe. A match made in heaven. I am going to file for divorce, and that's that. I'm so sorry for everything that has happened, and I am sorry it was over a stupid thing, but I am thankful that it happened sooner rather than later. Story 2. Am I the a-hole for telling my ex-husband's AP that her needs are not my problem? I, female 33, was married to my husband, male 38, for 4 years. 10 years together in total, before we got divorced 3 years ago. The cause of our divorce was him cheating with another woman, 22 female. We have 2 kids, 6 male and 4 female together. I have primary custody over our kids. His AP moved with him and his mom after the divorce, and they have a 3-month-old boy. My ex and I still have to co-parent our kids, so we are in contact regularly. We also live a few blocks away, particularly as my own family lives away and I don't always want to bother friends or neighbors. I still call him when we have a problem in our home. I mean, problems with a car, a faucet leaking, if he needs to pick up the kids from school because something came up with me, etc. His AP has complained before, although my ex told her he had a responsibility with his kids and needs to help. However, in the last few months, she's been complaining a lot more. My ex told me this a few times. My ex-mother-in-law, who lives with them, also told me that AP complains all the time because my ex has to help us out sometimes, and she has to tell her to not get in between X and his kids. Honestly, if she would just complain to him, then I wouldn't care. But last Thursday, I had to call him because her youngest had had a bad cough. So I told him to go to the drugstore to buy some syrup for him. It was late, like 1 a.m. when I called him. While I was talking to him about what syrup to buy, his AP took the phone and she had the nerve to tell me it was late and to stop thinking that her husband was going to run after me whenever I wanted. I told her to stay out of it and to let me talk with my ex. She continued complaining and told me he was going to go buy the stuff for me, and if I needed something, I could go to the drugstore myself because he's with his family, and she and her kid need him too. She told me I am monopolizing his time. I told her that quite honestly, I don't care about her or her needs, neither do I care for the needs of their kid. She called me names and told me I kept everything after the divorce, and I still pretend I'm still married to my ex. She told me he has a new family. I got sick and told her if she didn't want a guy with a family, then she shouldn't have fucked a married man. I told him that I'll wait for the syrup and hung up. He did bring the syrup a while later, so I was willing to let it go. My ex-mother-in-law came to visit the kids on Saturday, and she told me that AP got very angry and her and my ex had a big argument. She ended up leaving with the baby and hasn't came back. Later, I was talking with my coworker about this, and she told me she kinda gets AP's point, and she told me I was kinda mean for telling her she's not important, especially since she had a baby not long ago and may be going through a hard time. I don't think I was out of place, but what do you think? Edit. He told me to call him if anything broke in my house. He doesn't mind it, only as AP does mind. Edit 2. AF equals affair partner. I live in Argentina, so I don't know what delivery service there is in USA. I don't think it's weird at all to have him do these kind of house fixes at all. Maybe it's weird in different countries, but I know more than one ex-husband who still takes care of their ex-wife's house too. If it's not an emergency, it can be hard to find a plumber, electrician, or mechanic, as they would likely have a week of waiting list, or months in the case of a mechanic. Now for the advices. A. I'm a little torn on this. While I agree that problems specifically with the kids should involve your ex, things like making sure that they're picked up from school or the cough syrup situation, I'm less sure of this. I mean, problems with a car, a faucet leaking, those are really no longer his problem. You're an adult and are responsible for your own home and car. Those issues fall under husband, then co-parent. So it's quite possible that this was just the straw that broke the camel's back for her. While it's completely reasonable to ask a co-parent to go out and get cough syrup for a sick child since you had to be home with the kids, it's not reasonable for him to drop everything for issues that deal with home or car maintenance. He cheated, yes, he is the a-hole for that, but you guys are now divorced. He no longer has an obligation to you personally. His only obligation is to his kids. She sucks for thinking that this will all be some fairy tale and treating you like some wicked ex who is after her man. She is obviously insecure, but then again, you don't seem like you understand the difference between co-parent and spouse. That's all for today. If you're enjoying this story, please like the video and share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you.